our Q&A group in Facebook. So thanks for joining me today. This week, our topic is on what is being done to the foods that we are consuming. So this is a very near and dear topic to my heart because I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I just feel like at some point the food is going to destroy the health of future generations. So I see all the time people coming into the office, and the things that they're struggling with are very intimately connected to the quality of food that is being consumed. So yesterday, as a little way of recap, we were talking about genetic modification, and if you missed that, I talked a little bit about losing my favorite chocolate to this tragedy. And so today we're going to talk a little bit more about meat and what is being done to meat. If you have, there's a whole number of documentaries out there that you can check out if you haven't already seen them on how food is being produced and raised and farmed. And one of the things that kind of got my attention really in your face about this is we have a practice here we're in the Southwest Missouri area, Branson, Missouri. And we service the Southwest Missouri and Northwest Arkansas area. And we're kind of out in the country. And so we have some people that are coming through the office, and they are poultry farmers for some of the large institutions. And just listening to the way that they raise their animals and how these things are farmed, it's crazy. They don't have a lot of say in how they do it and how they raise the chickens and things like that. And so, and let me tell you, they are not concerned about your health in the way that they're raising these animals. They're concerned about how fast can we get this thing to market. And it's all motivated by profit driven. And so I just started thinking, wow, that's just not how it's supposed to work. And then contrast that to, I see a large amount of my patient base are people that are just like you watching this video and just like me, where we're trying to consume foods that build up our health. And that includes meat that we know where it's coming from and being produced. And I have some patients that homestead and they raise their own chickens, and talking to them and seeing the difference between that and the way that these commercial farmers were having to raise their stuff. It's just, it's such a difference, and that really impacts your health. And here's why. Let me tell you why that matters is when you consume foods that are animal products that are farmed conventionally, a lot of times the feed that they're given has antibiotic in the feed, or it's full of corn and grains and things like that maybe it's sprayed with pesticides and chemicals and things like that. And when the animal consumes it, so do you. So it takes that meat and turns it, in the case of grass-fed beef is the best example of this. It turns it from something that is not inflammatory, in fact, reduces inflammation, a good source of omega-3. So cattle that are grazed on grass, they're consuming grass. And so their genetic or their constitutional makeup is very different than a cow that is pumped full of grain, like corn and these other inflammatory grain-like substances. Then they turn into a source of high omega-6s or inflammatory things. And I see this play out when I run a nutrient panel on somebody. One of the things that we're looking at is their omega-3 and 6 ratios and balances. So you can actually see that play out on labs. And these things change and improve when people go from a omega-6 kind of meat, the commercially prepared stuff and raised meats, to they make a switch to grass-fed, pastured, organic stuff. Those things change and shift and improve for the better. But that's just one example. So what can you do about this? I think first of all, you can do as much research as you can and try to get them know where your meat is coming from, whether that's from a big company that's doing things right or from a small farmer that you might know and have personal contact with. Your farmers markets, if you're in a small town, are going to be such a great resource for this. That's where they sell these small ranch and meat producing operations. That's where they sell the majority of their stuff. So they're really motivated to have a good conversation with you. We have some of those locally here in this area. And then if you're fortunate enough to be in a big city where you have a lot of good health food stores to choose from, then you can look at some of the companies that have meat there, and you can go online and read about how they're raising their animals and stuff like that. So that's, that's one of the things you can do, is really focus on the meat you eat and improving the quality of the protein that you're getting. Because most people, 30, 25 to 35% of their diet, so roughly a third of their diet, is coming from protein. So that's, in a lot of cases, that's meat. Eggs or things like that. So you want to make sure that you're getting good quality sources that build you up. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow on this topic, and we're gonna talk a little bit tomorrow about oils and the quality, the good, the bad, and the ugly in terms of oil. So have a great day, and we'll talk soon.